Hi, welcome back, family and friends. Today we are going to be doing a simple and easy yet very delicious meatloaf. And I don't believe I've done my meatloaf recipe for y'all, but it was requested by my youngest, his birthday was yesterday. So we are having a nice dinner today by his request. So let's get started. What we're going to do is I got my skillet here, and I've got it on medium high, and we want to add about 3 tablespoons of butter here. Go ahead and get this started. There we go. And then to that, I have a green pepper that I chopped up. We're going to put that in there. Yes, I have everything everywhere right now. Today is chaos, so we're just going to deal with it and keep going. Need a good size onion, chopped. There we go. Okay. So we are going to let this get soft, and then we are going to actually move on to, you need a big bowl. You want to go ahead and preheat your oven to 375 degrees. You want to make sure your hands are clean because you're getting ready to touch meat, unless you got gloves, which is great. Do that. I'm going to turn this to a medium low. Okay, today we are using 3 pounds of hamburger. So now I'm making this for a bigger size family. If you don't need this much, just cut the recipe in half. Well, as a matter of fact, I'll put it in there as a regular recipe, and if you want to double it or triple it, however you want to do it. Normally it's 1.5 pounds, so I guess if you double it, it's 3 pounds. Okay, so to this, we want to add in 2 eggs. So 1 and a 2. Okay, we want 2 cups of breadcrumbs. Could be traditional, can be Italian, however you want to do it. You could also use saltine crackers, crush those up. You can use oatmeal. I've used oatmeal for a lot of years, way back when. There's a lot of ways you can do it, but today I'm going to use breadcrumbs, assuming I've got 2 cups, because that's pretty iffy. So there's 1. So I got about 1 1/4. So I'm going to need just a little bit more of something else to be my filler. Let's see here. There we go. I got these crackers here. Just regular saltine crackers. Crush them all up. You can use Ritz. Don't matter. As long as it's something dry that it can bind with. Okay, now we need 2 cups of milk. 1. Okay. I knew that wasn't going to make quite 2 cups, so I do have a little bit more here. Remember to make a mess all over your counter. It's important. Okay. There we go. 2 cups. Then we want to add in probably about 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire. And then we want to add pepper. Salt. Some onion powder. And I'll have the recipe with the instruction, ingredients, all that down into the description like I always do. So if I'm going too fast or whatever, it'll be down in the description. This was garlic powder. Still trying to get these to get soft. Maybe I need to turn it up a little. It's going to need some more butter. Needs a little bit more butter. There we go. Excuse me. Okay. Now, this is optional. I have done this before and I've done it without. You can add a ranch packet. I think I'm going to do that today. Just give it a little bit of extra zhuzhing up. Okay. Now we just got to wait for these veggies to get softened, and then we're going to add them and let them cool for just a minute, and then we're going to add them into our mix. Also, go ahead and get you a 9x13 casserole dish. We're going to either spray it down or grease it down, however you want to do it. It just needs to be prepared for when the meat goes in it. Okay, so we're just waiting for that to get soft. So our veggies have softened, and I'm trying to let them cool down just a little bit, but we're going to go ahead and add them into our mixture. I did just wipe this off a second ago. Bowl a little closer. Heavy and hot. Okay, so before we get our hands in that, I want to get a 9x13 casserole dish. I'm going to go ahead and spray it down. Remember, your oven should be preheating to 375. Okay, so there's this. Now, I just re-washed my hands. I'm going to go in there, best tools, your hands, and you're going to give all this a really good mix. Okay, once you feel like this is good and mixed, bring your casserole dish over here. We're going to dump this all into our dish. If we can do that with our hands slippery. Okay, now form it into a loaf as best as you can. Kind of smash it down, round the edges. Well, this one's just going to go corner to corner. That's okay. The fun part of cooking. Okay, I'll be back. I got to wash my hands. Okay, so now that we've got that all pressed into our dish, what we want to do next is I take a butter knife and I'm going to make slits going down. Not all the way through, but let's see, there's two, probably about 3 slits going across. Okay, and the reason we're going to do that, I'll show you in a second. What we're going to do is we're going to get this out of the way for a moment. I'll bring in this little bowl here because we're going to make a glaze. So normally a regular is 2/3 of a cup of ketchup, but I am doubling it, so it's going to be 1 1/3 cups of ketchup. Because even when I make 1.5 pounds, I just don't feel like that's enough glaze. Okay, so there's one. Okay, and then here's my third. And if you go over, I don't think it's going to hurt anything. Not a thing. Okay, so now we want 4 tablespoons of, let's do the brown sugar first. I need 4 tablespoons of brown sugar. Two. 3. 4. Alrighty. Now we want 4 tablespoons of mustard. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Goodness, give that a good mix. Okay, bring your casserole dish back in. Pour your glaze all over the top, everywhere. Spread it everywhere. It's going to get down in those cracks that we did so that it'll help get the flavor down in there too. That's why we did that. Okay. When this makes it, when you feel like this looks even and it's all on there. Okay. This is going to go in the oven at 375 degrees for 1 hour. Check it at 1 hour. Now you may need to drain some grease. If it's not done, put it back in. There has been times I've had to go for 1 hour and 15 minutes. So, and everybody's ovens are different. So, but I'm going to go ahead and place mine in there, 375. In the meantime, while it's cooking, I'm making some homemade mashed potatoes. We already got the potatoes cut in cubes, probably about 4 pounds. Peeled them, washed them, cut them, cubed them. So we'll be making that and some homemade macaroni and cheese. But anyway, we'll be back in just as soon as this is done. Okay, so I actually cooked this for 1.5 hours. Now, I did take it out at 1 hour and drain some grease. And then when I cooked it for another half an hour, drained a little bit more. It just depends on the beef that you use. Mine was a 7327. Obviously, if you're using a leaner cut, you probably won't even have to worry about that at all. But anyway, it's done, and it smells and looks and delicious. And I can't wait to try it. Look at that nice, wonderful piece. Put that right there. And like I said, while that was cooking, I went ahead and made some homemade mashed potatoes, which I got right here. And I made some homemade macaroni and cheese. All right. Salt and pepper. Okay, now this will bring us to the end of this recipe. If you guys are enjoying the channel, if you could please give a like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends and family. I do leave a link to buy me a coffee down in the description. It is optional, but it's always appreciated. Anything helps, even $1. But anyway, I'm going to taste this and let you guys know that, oh, it's hot. Oh my gosh, that's so good. I wish you guys could just be here. The proof is in the taste, so I hope y'all go make it yourself, and we'll see you soon. Thanks.